In millions of family albums, there are memories. There are moments captured in home movies and snapshots saying, "This is the wonder and warmth of childhood. This is what I want my children to know, to feel, to remember." We are romantic about childhood in America. And when childhood is healthy and secure, busy and warm, friendly and playful, it is all true. But children who live in extreme poverty have a different childhood.
Go to school.
Where's my sock? I can't get the shoe on.
The oldest boy is staying home today. He doesn't want to go to school. The younger children are going to school. They are not treated as they would like to be in school. But they are not any happier staying home. George is always at home with his mother. He stays close to her, afraid she will go away too. George is not quite 4. His father is away at a steady job, but he doesn't earn nearly enough money to pay rent and buy food and clothing for a large family. There are 8 children, counting the baby, and there is another child coming. The father has chronic bronchitis. He has been told he should work outdoors. He has a job digging graves. But because of a court order, he takes home only half of what he earns. Half of what he earns is deducted to pay overdue bills. The heaviest expense has been medical. One of the children needed an eye operation, so they borrowed $1,000 from a bank. The interest keeps mounting, and they are still in debt. Financial strains and another pregnancy, she has come to the point of doubting whether they can stay together as a family. Because there is nothing else for him to do, George identifies completely with his mother. She is the center of his existence. He totally sympathizes with her pain. In George's house, there is never enough food to eat. The refrigerator is broken. The plumbing never gets repaired. The walls are patched and peeling. The floors are rough and bare. During his early years, when a child is most sensitive to his surroundings, this dark, fearful house is all he knows. In family albums, children are secure in their surroundings. Feeling secure, they respond with happiness and openness to life. They remember the country, how they enjoyed the barn, how they loved to play with other children and with animals. In the city, they remember days of delight in their own backyards. They remember taking holiday trips with their parents. And taking parts in Sunday school plays. Children whose pictures are in family albums remember being dressed warmly to enjoy the snow. Their senses are keen and fresh. They are cared for and talked to and talked about with love and kindness. George clings to his mother. He knows that strangers knock at the door sometimes to talk to his mother. George is extremely shy of strangers. When he sees them, he hides his head. The tones he hears are strained, anxious. Someone sent by the school to look for his absent brother. The law, his father says, can take away all of the children so that they will never see each other again. Recently, they put George's brother in youth detention for 3 weeks because of truancy from school. The law will put them out of the house and onto the street in the wintertime. This is what he hears. He feels the threat of the law, the worry his mother has about the law. Sometimes people have come to help them, bringing food, clothing, and furniture. But she thinks of someone who was supposed to be helpful who said, "Why don't you starve the children for 2 weeks? Feed them beans. Then you can pay the rent." Neighbors tell her, "Public assistance will take care of you and the children if your husband deserts." "Make him leave," they say, "though he's done nothing wrong. He just doesn't earn enough money." And here she is, pregnant again. It makes her want to stay away from everybody. "Get rid of the baby," one neighbor said. "Hurry up before it's too late." She told the neighbor she would feel like a murderess if she did something like that. As it is, she feels close to complete despair. She might lose all her children to the court. "If they take my kids away," she told a social worker, "they won't have to worry about me." Her depression makes their impoverished condition even worse. Poverty in a family is a very big problem, and George is a very small boy. These are the years when he should learn by seeing things, by touching things, finding out their names. George could be learning a lot if his surroundings were different. As it is, he isn't learning anything like what a child his age can learn. When he finally goes to school, he will be completely unprepared. George is bright, and yet his childhood is empty and dark. In family albums, there are cherished memories of being dressed up, walking out on bright, warm Sunday mornings. Family memories strengthen one's growing years. Comfortable children remember being poised, admired. They have their portraits taken. But where is the family album of this child? Of children who live in poverty? The poor do not use cameras. In anxiety and pain, people do not want pictures. These are American children in American cities. They roam unwatched, even as toddlers, along the sidewalks of busy streets. They are on their own in neighborhoods of substandard houses. They throw rocks at trees in the isolation of rural slums. They know only a landscape of breakage and debris, of drunkenness and disorder. Because George spends all his time with his mother, he goes out only when she goes out, to buy something at the corner store. Poverty is hard on children. It holds them down. When George goes to school, will he become like his brother, running away, hostile, feeling only failure, saying that teachers hate him, thinking that other kids laugh at him because of his funny, ill-fitting clothes? Poverty puts children in cruel places to live. Poverty forces children to do hard work when they're very young. And young children can't fight prejudices that limit where they can live. They can't fight the fires that suffocate them and make them homeless. They make their play as best they can with whatever they can find to play with. At this little store, George's mother will pay higher prices for food than she would at a supermarket. But they can't afford a car to drive to a supermarket. In family albums, children remember Christmas, receiving gifts. They remember birthday parties with cake and ice cream. These children are having dinner. A slice of cheese and bread. When children eat inferior food, they have more medical and dental problems, and poor food can affect their ability to concentrate. childhood becomes an experience of daydreaming and escape.
New York City, it's time to play the mass game. Cigarette that tastes good, like...
And to wear, coat dresses and suits and boots and everything.
I love it. They're adorable.
Johnson film was being shown to disprove a communist charge.
Both parents are away working, so the children sit and wait, watching TV.
It's just nice and it's lighthearted.
It's the grabber. The only dual traction tread in the high-performance speed.
Because the beds are overcrowded, or just because they want to, the children sit up late, watching TV.
WCV.
Real mayonnaise.
News. They listen to the young city news. Those tragic accidents of war. More than 1,000 Madrid University students staged their biggest...
They daydream their time away.
I have lived through that period of my life,
Interspersed, starring Robert Stack and Bruce Gordon. Together, featuring Black Sunday and the brain from the planet Eros.
In family albums, children remember days filled with active play. They have happy memories of clowning with parents. In family albums, parents play with children. Children are encouraged and recognized. They know they are wanted. They are enjoyed. They are sure of their own worth. Welfare and other public agencies are giving George's family some financial support until the next child is born. There are basic needs of mind and spirit that people in poverty cannot give their children. They need help before they encounter the problems of education and employment that lie ahead. Children in deep trouble need a helping hand. They need a head start. They appreciate it with the deepest simplicity in ways they will never be able to explain. Can we who are comfortable in America say to those like George, all you'll ever know of childhood is the emptiness, the isolation, the sameness of poverty? Or will we help them to learn and to like learning before it's too late?